Namaste everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. And also thank you to those of you who subscribed or liked my previous episode. I'm really grateful, thank you so much. So this week, the I-Ching and the runes have got a very specific message for us, something for us to work on in the week 20th to the 26th of September. So what came up in the I-Ching, number 47, hexagram 47. Now, not so clear. Now, I painted little hexagrams on pebbles. So that's how I draw them out of the bag. Hexagram 47, what is the word associated with this? The word is confined. So in the book, we read key questions. Question number 1, what if you could only rely on yourself? And number 2, who are you when you are alone? The Chinese character for confined or oppressed shows a tree completely encircled by walls, an image of entrapment and isolation. You are cut off and cannot reach out to others. I think firstly what we need to do is to look at the difference between alone and lonely. If you are alone, you are sitting by yourself and enjoying your own company. But remembering, of course, that we are never actually ever alone. There are so many different dimensions around us in our spiritual team and so on. If you feel lonely, it means that you are alone in your own company, but not peaceful with that. So if you're lonely, you need to be surrounded by other people. You need the input from others. You want the social life. You want the calendar, the diary that has events. So that's the difference between alone and lonely. So the question that we need to ask is, what if you only had yourself to rely on? What resources would you share? In other words, if you were the product, if we reached a point where you had to say, this is what I have to offer to the group, what would that be? And also think of it like this. If you were on an isolated island somewhere without any social constructs or norms or values or anything that we know about society as it is today, where you could not define yourself by any of those things like manager, mother, sister, child, where you had none of those things that are created to define us, and some alien popped out of nowhere in a spaceship and said, who are you? How would you define yourself? In other words, what is your essence? What is your soul? What is your soul here to do? Are you a seeker? Are you a healer? It's those kind of intrinsic things that don't have a label, mostly in the Western world that we live in today. So that's something to think about. And also the other part in the I-Ching about the tree being encircled by walls. We need to learn to think outside of the walls and grow within the walls. So don't allow yourself to feel trapped. Don't allow that isolation. Grow out of it, beyond it and over it. We need to start thinking beyond the walls and out of the box. So don't think of yourself as so small that you have walls around you. Think of yourself as infinite so that you can manifest things beyond the walls. And often under times of extreme stress, we come up with our greatest innovations. So use this time. We are in the Great Awakening. We are waking up to new ideas and new innovative ways of being. So tap into those resources. Tap into your inner world, into your inner knowing. And then, interestingly enough, the rune that came up was, can you see it? Maybe not, maybe it's backwards. surrender. So first we get confined in the I-Ching, and then we get the rune saying surrender. And we need to remember that surrender is not giving up. Surrender is a compassionate action. So remember that. Surrender is a compassionate action. So say, for instance, you are feeling lonely or abandoned. Surrender that feeling. Embrace the fear and allow for spiritual guidance. There is a saying that we all know, which says, let go and let God. But we usually go, my will versus thy will. So we want to control. So we need to release the need to struggle and control. And as soon as we do, we bring in lightness. Why? Why do we bring in lightness? Because we're not resisting. So when we release control, we acknowledge our readiness to heal. So as soon as we release that, we say, right, I'm ready to heal. And astrologically this week, we have a full moon on the 21st of September in Pisces. And then the equinox, the spring equinox in the southern hemisphere and the autumn equinox in the northern hemisphere. 6 planets retrograde, including Chiron. So retrograde very often gives the feeling of being pulled back. So it's almost like there's a handbrake on, or we working in mud, or things that we're trying to get going just don't want to move. So reboot, rethink, redo, double check, which direction do you really want to go in? This is kind of a last chance to edit and look at what you really want to do. Is it the right way? What do you really want? Which ideas are coming up? Do you want to reinvent yourself on some level? So use the new ideas and inspiration that come up around this full moon. Think beyond the walls, really get out of that box and hold onto your ideas and beliefs. Very often we have amazing ideas and beliefs, and then we take them to a group or a person, and they say, no, I don't think so. So do not be put off by the thoughts and ideas and influence of the group. Keep your own mind. Believe in yourself. Trust your opinion. So trust your insights. Don't feel that if other people have judged and criticized what you want to do, that it's not worthy. It is worthy. So stick to your beliefs, stick to what you want to do, and trust your gut. So now, so we've got quite a few things to think about this week, okay? Thinking out the box, beyond the walls, surrendering to what is, allowing the flow. So allow what wants to unfold. Let go, stop struggling, stop controlling, just go, I think I'm just going to let go for a while and see what happens. Now let's see what the Light Seers Tarot has for us this week as well. That's the 20th to the 26th of September. Oops, oh, crumbs, this always happens. Cards fly out. Always curious to know what they are. Could be a message. All right, so the central theme, the Queen of Cups with the Strength card. So the Queen of Cups, emotional maturity, opening up, giving yourself permission to feel without fear. So opening up your emotional centers with confidence, and with the Strength card, shining. So shining from the heart. So use that energy this week. So really shine from the heart. And never forget that it's self as well. Shine towards yourself too. So no point in giving out only to others. Shine to yourself and then out. So always giving to the self. Ah, the star, how beautiful. I think the star came up last time as well. So you're lucky. In the past, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. So in the past, certain changes may have happened, meeting people, wanting to get together. So there might be a shift that may have happened over the past while, saying, I used to just want to be on my own. And I wasn't sure if I was open to aligning with groups and that sort of thing. Now I know that isolation is not healthy for me. So I want to form these heartfelt connections. In other words, I want to find my tribe, my vibrational match, like-minded people. I want to work like that to fulfill my wishes, hopes, and dreams with the star. So the Queen of Swords is the thinking queen, the thoughts, the ideas, the planning. So how do I manifest? How do I attract with this air sign, Queen of Swords? How do I attract the right kind of people for me? People who get me, where we can work together and create something new and different. So surrounding is the 10 of Swords. So the 10 of Swords is when you feel stuck. So that could well be these retrograde planets, because it's a 10 of Swords pinned down. I want to do this, but then that happens. I'm trying to step forward and be with an open heart, and as soon as I do that, something goes wrong, and I don't like the outcome. So the 10 of Swords has the light on the horizon. So that whole concept is passing. In the Temperance, in the current environment, Temperance, find the balance, test the waters, take a chance, play, be adventurous, try and do something that's slightly out of your normal behavior. So go and have some fun. That is fun that you would not normally have. So try different aspects of your personality this week. And in the wishes, hopes, and dreams column, the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands is action, and that's it's the Ace. So there is an action that you need to take this week to start getting things moving. So if you've been holding back on doing something, use this week to say, right, this needs to be ticked off. I need to get this done, tick. Then I can take another step forward. So it's the fire. Bring in that fire to get your idea moving. And then the outcome here is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is also thought, mind, ideas, a new idea, because it's the page. So something that's sparking. So use this full moon to try and activate some idea from your soul, from spirit. What is it that I'm missing? I just need that one thing, and then these other things will all fall into place. So open up to getting the messages and the information that come through to you this week. Write them down. Even if you want to maybe journal your dreams when you're sleeping and your dreams when you're awake. So what are you thinking about, and how is this relating to your dream space? So bring in all of those ideas. So use your whole being. We are not just here in a physical form. We have a whole beingness that we need to acknowledge. And now the angel card, the last thing. Let's see what this has to say. Harmony. Ah, oh, that's beautiful. So this is the card of harmony, the angel card of harmony. Whoops. That is the message for this week. So bring in harmony. Be peaceful with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Open up your mind to new ideas. Raise yourself above the walls. Get out of the box. See yourself as a multidimensional being and tap into all that amazing information and insight that you have around you. So have a wonderful week and namaste. Thank you so much.